You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 388, Dog and Pony Show Season 6, Episode 11, recorded April 2022, posted March 2023. You gotta go up to go down.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, he, him, a dungeon master who usually introduces himself at the start of podcast.
Tony
that is
Sindelar.
Not a promise.
Sorry.
That is not a podcast. That is not a promise. It is just a thing I do sometimes, except for that time I didn't, and Dan helpfully pointed it out. Tonight, it's Tuesday night. We are in Barovia. We are with the Dog and Pony group. They are being attacked by zombies in Ravenloft, in the Chapel of Ravenloft. Allow me to introduce our players in initiative order, which is not equal to the order in which they'll be attacked by zombies, but the order in which they'll be able to react to being attacked by zombies. First up, it's Erica Ensign.
I can't believe I get to be first. I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns and mine are she, her, and Brildish's sweet celestial pony, Pony Cindelarent, his pronouns are he, him.
It's true. Next up, Micah Sargent.
Please, Micah Sargent. I play Elevor, Landman, the half-elf druid. And if you weren't listening to the pre-show, then you have no idea why I did that. But it doesn't matter. Elevor and I use he, him pronouns. And I also control, I don't quite play them, so to speak, but Samus, the saber-toothed tiger, and yes, I inhabit Samus, the saber-toothed tiger, and Danu, the fey octopus, who both use she, her pronouns.
Next up, it's Jane Rett, who I said in your name in not a pirate voice. You're welcome.
Thank you, Tony, for that show of respect and dignity that you have given me.
You get one,
Who
Jane.
needs it?
Nice. And I'm glad I got it tonight. I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns. And I also control, but not necessarily play Aragal, our tag-along assassin / lackey.
Who is totally a pirate.
No, do not retcon Aragal's background this late in the game.
But he is a romance novel aficionado.
Yeah,
it's true.
This is
as
true.
of recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also joining us, it's Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hi, I play Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and help keep Androdite, the Mastiff dog, out of harm's way. We all use she, her pronouns.
And last, but not least, it's Dan Morin.
Hello, slightly above some zombies, which is just where I like to be in the initiative order. I'm playing Castan Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged cleric of the god Onatar, who uses the pronouns they, them, while I use the pronouns he, him, and we're all excited to fight some undead, because we loathe the undead, Tony.
I know. Well, I will tell you, 2 zombies, not that threatening. You fought like a whole room full of zombies down in the basement. You were exploring the second floor of Castle Ravenloft. You found this kind of fancy, ornate balcony that overlooks the chapel. And
Woo!
Hey, the chapel was one of your destinations that you wanted to go to. So it seems like that would be worth checking out. As you were kind of exploring and looking at your options for descending to the chapel, you did not really pay too close attention to 2 corpses that were just sitting there on 2 thrones until those corpses, of course, rose up and attacked Lena Delina. Lena, I'm going to roll several attacks against you as the zombies attack.
A corpse is a corpse, of course.
I was going to say that too! Oh my god, I was typing it out because I didn't want to interrupt.
5 players, 1 brain. It's all it takes for an adventure here at Total Party Kill.
I love all of us.
You're growing on me. Let's see here. I'm going to roll
I meant
3.
the players, Tony.
Oh, yeah, sounds about right. Wow, we're chippy today. Lena, those I don't think are going to hit, but I will read the numbers into the order. I have rolled. Each of these gets a +3 to attack. A 9 versus your armor class. A 7 versus your armor class. A critical fail +3 is 4 versus your armor class. As the first zombie kind of half-heartedly tries to get up from the throne and claw and bite at you.
Indeed not.
The second zombie almost as pathetic. 6, 17. I feel okay about 17, and 5. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
All right. The zombies are kind of clawing and biting, but they're just these are slow zombies. They're very stiff and herky jerky. These are zombies that may have been like sitting here in these thrones, these ancient wooden chairs for decades, if not centuries. They're all kind of like they're not quick, they're not spry. So it's really just a question of, can you eliminate these zombies before they get another turn? I will tell you, these are a special kind of zombie. These are Strahd zombies. When you hit them,
They say Strahd.
no, there's a chance that you will either sever a leg, arm, or decapitate the zombie. I'll have you roll a d20 to determine which happens. We're going to call the top zombie the north zombie, zombie 1, the south zombie, zombie 2. That's my zombie system. Broldish, you are first. You are slightly down the balcony. It looks like you were just exploring the top of the stairs. But looks like, I would say, I don't know. What are you? You're a short 15-foot sprint from Zombie Town?
I'm also riding a pony because Broldish did mount Pony Cinderlart to go down these stairs. So
I just imagine that sometimes, Broldish, you're just kind of like reclined on the back of the pony as if the pony was like a couch. Is that, I don't know. I may have my scale of dwarves and ponies not quite right in my head.
Also,
I just figure sometimes you're not like fully in the saddle. You're just kind of like, I don't feel like walking over here.
Tall. I'm very tall for a dwarf, so I'm 5 feet tall, which is like mountain dwarves are taller, and I'm up.
You're like the
Wilt
Wilt Chamberlain of dwarves.
Yeah, like this dwarf is taller than Flessa, my human rogue. So things are different people. But yeah, so I feel like reclining on a pony might be a little weird for someone as large as British. But it doesn't matter because we are going to turn around
ponies?
and we are going to basically just charge at the one that is to the north, and I want to charge into the space so that I'm next to Lena, so that if it attacks her again, I can try to protect her. But for the moment, as Pony charges, I've pulled out my weathered, beaten, sacred battle axe and shout, "In Hela's name, foul undead creature, die!" And I roll an attack, which is an 18 to hit.
That absolutely hits a zombie.
Okay,
is this
good.
bludgeoning or slashing damage?
It is slashing damage.
Give me a second d20 roll to determine what part of the zombie you hit.
I got a 9.
9 is an arm.
Okay, well, I do 5 points of slashing damage to that arm.
You lop off one of the arms of the zombie. It falls to the ground.
Nice.
It is still kind of crawling around and being, zombie malevolent on the ground.
Nice. Oh, wow. Broldish is really excited.
Okay.
Hela be praised, she says as she takes her second attack. And let's see. That is only 1 less than last time. I'm hoping that still hits.
It absolutely will. Let me ask you, you have the choice of attacking either the severed arm lying on the ground or zombie proper.
It's definitely zombie proper.
Okay.
Do you want that other d20 roll to see what I
Yes,
hit
please.
again? That's a 13.
That is the other arm of the zombie.
5 slashing damage.
All right. That zombie is armless. Please help me remember how I have hurt which zombies.
Oh, I
So
will
now
remember.
they can only use unarmed Strix.
Well, they actually, it can only bite you. It can only bite you. It can
No
literally
arm
not. Yeah.
No,
It
that was
can't.
great.
If the
I would
zombie
like
did a bite and 2 claw attacks on Lena, it can now only bite.
No, usually Pony doesn't get super into the battle, but I think the fact that there's a couple arms just flopping around on the ground,
It's all right.
Pony
They're
would
armless.
Pony would like to stomp on one of those flopping arms.
Yes.
The left arm, preferably. So Pony is going to give that a shot with his hoof attack, which is a melee. Whoa! Pony rolled a crit.
Nice.
Whoa, Pony!
I think you mean, whoa, pony.
I sure do. So let's see. What does Pony do? Oh, wow. 2d4 plus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of hoof
Holy
damage
God.
onto that left arm.
Okay. The you just destroy.
Trampled.
Yeah.
Trampled.
The ground is really slippery now.
It's a good thing Pony has 4 hooves.
I will tell you,
stable.
This zombie is a bit of a mess now. It does not look great.
Broldish
Everything
looks
is a bit of a mess.
even happier than before. Very excited. That's all. We've done enough.
Elevor, you are just down the balcony a little bit. I think the south zombie is in your general vicinity.
It is, and I think I feel like zombies make good Tinder.
They're also terrible on Tinder.
Yeah, they're sort of, well, they would swipe, but they don't have arms, so
That's right.
they're just sort of stuck with
At
what
least
they
that
have.
north one, anyway.
So I need the zombie to make a dexterity saving roll of 16.
Technically, it is mathematically possible that a zombie will do this. It is extremely unlikely. It did not happen. I rolled an 11. Minus 2 is 9. So, I don't know what's happening, but the zombie reacts about 30 seconds after you do it.
13 points of fire damage take hold of that south zombie as Elevor creates a bonfire right in that bad corpse's face.
All right, I'm going to put a little orange dot that means near fire on it. All right, I will tell you that's bad for zombies.
I thought so. I was hoping so.
Yep.
I think Elevor's good. That's
all right. Is Samus going to do anything in this fight?
It's
getting crowded here.
Yeah, it is getting a little crowded. I think Samus would have, but Samus saw the fire, and Samus is not big on fire. So
there's another leg to the north.
Oh, that's right.
Or no, arm.
There's an arm.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally different.
Let's do that. Let me make sure though that we can
I'm just picturing
get that far.
the kitty just like picking it up and just running away.
Oh, yeah. And Samus can totally get that far.
Spit that out. Spit that out. Do not eat that.
So Samus, runs forward and bites at the arm.
It's wiggling like one of those battery-powered cat toys.
12 to
All
hit.
right. Yeah, she just scoops it up and crushes it in her mighty saber-toothed jaws.
Nice. And then Samus is good too.
All right.
Pony
Lena-
gives her a nod.
Okay, I was like, they don't do a high five. That seems awkward.
I was thinking about that, but that
I don't
wouldn't.
mechanically. Can a pony do a high five?
I mean,
Seems
maybe
hard.
Pony could kind of like
It'd have to do like a
backwards and-
windmill kick.
It's a low five for Pony, but a high
Yeah.
five for Samus.
Yeah. Lena, you are kind of right up against the railing of the balcony by these two zombies that may have, caught you unawares. But let's be honest, they're not the most threatening. They're just much more proximate than you would like zombies to be.
There's arms everywhere. One's on fire. It's been a very exciting 3 seconds. Okay, so the one that is already missing 2 arms, let's try and finish that off. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, you have no trouble. Please feel free to call your shot as you roll damage here.
11 radiant damage.
Yes. What does that look like as you destroy that zombie?
I think probably just right down the middle.
All right. There's just two
Broldish
halves still
did the
glowing with
symmetrical-
radiant energy.
Did the symmetrical lop,
Yeah.
so she did it right in the middle. And then I guess with my offhanded weapon, I will.
You want to attack that other zombie?
Yeah. That's only a 15.
15 hits. These are slow creatures.
Nice.
Okay. So that is 7 damage.
Is this bludgeoning or slashing damage?
It is piercing damage. Oh, I
Okay,
don't
so
think
you just
full
stab
damage
it.
again.
Sorry,
I
how much
just stab
damage
it.
was it? 7?
It was 7. And then no, I don't have sneak attack on it. So yep, just a little
All right.
poke right in between the flames.
Yep. Imra?
I don't think it's too much of a threat, but just in case, I'm gonna have Androdite kind of move to my side out of harm's way, and I'm just gonna take a couple shots with my longbow. The first is a 14 to hit. Well, actually 24 and a 22 to hit.
Those definitely hit.
So first. Yeah, I rolled the right thing. Sorry, I had a moment where I was like, I rolled a d4. I did not roll a d4. That's 6 damage for the first one.
All right.
And 12 for the second. That's piercing
you
damage.
Basically pin it back to the chair and it kind of slumps down, never to move again.
I love that Androdite was healing like a good girl, even though, other people got to have arm treats.
It's training.
Ooh, arm treat.
Androdite knows that I won't stand for that.
Well, I thought it would take you exactly one round. You all denied Dan a turn, so...
Sorry, Dan.
Dan, would you like to do... Crucible, would you like to do something on your turn?
Crucible says some sort of, I don't know, like prayer over them to make sure those arms aren't coming back anytime soon.
Yeah. Crucible, as you're looking at them, the zombies appear to be quite ancient. They are garbed in, it's all kind of rusty and desiccated, but like, it looks like kind of military style metal armor. And it looks like even perhaps has some kind of like Ravenloft iconography, like on the shoulders. But they look like they have been dead for a long time, but hopefully their souls will rest a little bit more peacefully now.
I wonder if they are 2 of the statue type people we saw in the hallway?
Weren't those...
Or if these are just other
those were
Ravenlofters.
like ancestors, right?
Those were ancestors.
Yeah, but there's nothing that says these people couldn't have just been here from the time that Strahd was alive. I don't know.
Yeah. The world may never know.
Players, I will tell you at this point, I think you have mapped most of the second level of Castle Ravenloft. So just to remind you, you did find kind of tucked away in a secret passageway, I guess kind of like, I want to call it a guest bedroom with 8 beds, all neat, recently dusted, a strange, spooky abandoned throne room, a weird lawyer's archive, way more staircases than you can shake a stick at, and this balcony that overlooks the chapel.
We're overlooking the chapel, which is a place we want to go. I think we should go to the chapel.
All right.
Let's go to the chapel.
Some of you were experimenting with...
and we're gonna get
a
chapel
history of Strahd and something that will help us kill him.
Some of you were preparing to rappel down to the chapel. Some of you were preparing to take the stairs down to the chapel. I will say that both are valid ways of approaching the chapel.
Thank you for validating
your scene. I'm going to take you to the map that has the chapel on it. We're going to assume that you arrived there one way or another. Let me reveal a little bit more of the chapel just so you can see. I guess if you came down the stairs, you would have seen that part.
Some spooky alcoves.
Statues.
Yeah.
Alcove
that we probably
statues.
would have obsessed over for like a good 20 minutes. Let's be fair.
That's like a session. That's like a
I don't know.
session.
Brildish
Jane.
might have just like lopped the heads off.
Do you want me to describe the spooky alcoves?
Yes.
Please describe the spooky alcoves.
My new show, Spooky Alcoves.
That's HGTV
Brildish,
right
you
there.
place your token in the North Chapel access. This arched room, I would not call this a room. This is, what are you, like a Boston real estate agent? This
That's a bedroom, Tony. Two statues in a closet.
2 means of egress. That's a bedroom.
This
baby.
arched hallway connects a vast chamber to the east. That's the chapel. And a staircase that rises to the west. That goes up to the balcony. Alcoves in the north and south side of the wall hold 8-foot-tall sculptures. Totally different than statues. Sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. It says that. Black shadows fall across their faces.
Spooky.
Okay.
The statues are probably harmless. Words a dungeon master would say, never words that you should or would believe. Continue.
Wait, I thought they were sculptures.
You know what? It says sculptures in the text in the block, and then they're described as statues in the secret dungeon master information.
I don't know who to trust anymore.
Not all statues are sculptures, but not all sculptures are statues.
Can you explain that? Because
What is
I'm real, because I was wrong about horses and ponies for like 2 years, and that haunts me.
Remind us, Tony, about the difference in the pony and the horse.
He still doesn't know.
No, well,
You thought a pony was a baby horse, right?
Let's not relitigate
yes,
that.
I thought a pony was a little, and Erica would always say a pony is not a horse.
Different. And maybe
I would
was,
be like, well,
might have
yes,
been wrong.
not yet, but someday with a lot of hard work, it will be. Was my confusion.
And that's not
Does
the
the statue
case.
have to be of a person? Yes, person or animal.
Or
Yeah.
I was going
Yep.
to say, or something like recognized. Like,
Animals
so for
are
example,
people too, Dan.
It says person or animal. I'm just reading a definition.
So for example, you can have an abstract sculpture, but not an abstract statue.
So a sculpture of a toothbrush is a sculpture, not a
Sure.
statue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also enjoy that the phonetic pronunciation given by Google looks like a sneeze. Statue.
Statue. All right. So I had moved your tokens past these statues, so you should trust these
Brildish
statues.
Brildish won't try to lop the head off, but she is going to kick one as she goes by.
All right.
Nice.
You can see, you might, I don't know if Dan scrolls around on the stream or not, but you players could probably notice that this is the level of Ravenloft that you entered via. Your players probably would piece that together, but wouldn't know that perhaps in the same way that you did, in terms of knowing that, this is the first floor. You
And
entered
those
the first floor, and
doors-
now I've returned to the first floor on a completely different section of it.
Okay.
I think Brildish at least would be clear on that, because we were looking for the chapel.
Yes.
And basically Brildish is assuming that we were correct when we thought that the chapel was off the gargoyle entranceway. So
Yeah.
she's assuming that the
And-
gargoyles are to the west.
And Crucible, I think, has a good enough sense of buildings and construction to sort of piece
And
together.
I guess you
where-
probably, the chapel, for example, would be one of the most recognized, probably one of the few areas of Ravenloft easily identifiable from outside, and you did a little bit of circumnavigation and scouting.
So,
I think
all
I
right.
read the description of the chapel last time looking down from the balcony. Do you need a reminder of it?
I'm pretty good.
So
I just
there's
want to
a
remind me
book on
there's
the altar, right?
and there's a dude too, right? Like
I believe
like
specifically
a
there's
skeleton.
There was
some
a
kind of,
dude,
like-
but I think I shot him with a crossbow
You
and
did,
he
you
claimed
did.
over.
I believe I said that there was a statue or a sculpture on the altar.
Oh.
Yes,
I'm not sure
you
we could
did.
tell that from the distance that
maybe
we were
not.
at, so
Well,
Wait,
Crucible.
so I'm so sorry. Someone may have just said this, but what did we, other than the zombies up there making a reaction to the bolt, nothing down here happened with the bolt?
I think it fell over.
I think you knocked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it
there
just
was a
toppled.
corpse on an altar that you wanted to make sure was really dead, and it fell off the altar when you shot it with
I
an arrow.
want to inspect the corpse. I'm gonna roll
Cause of
First
death,
for
crossbow
medical.
bolt.
to
right.
see how long ago this corpse died, and if I do well. And then I want to check out to see if maybe there's some good armor or something we could check out. So I'll go for the medicine roll first.
Loot
Okay.
the corpse.
All right. I got a 14 on medicine check.
All right, I'm going to tell you that this creature looks like probably this is certain. Well, probably, certainly. I don't know how do words work.
So far you said statue, creature, corpse. Please clarify.
Wait. I want to be clear. So hold on. Let me just reread the description from last time, because I think you may not all be remembering it correctly.
No, he's a corpse. But you earlier tonight you said it was a statue, and now I'm.
No, there's also.
There's
also a statue?
Yeah, I don't think
there's
you
a
listened.
small
Fine.
statue.
Fine.
All right, now we've argued about me clarifying it. Now I'm really going to clarify it. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond the debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with, know how to say this word correctly, bas reliefs?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yep.
Bob.
That's
Oh.
correct.
That's right.
But I didn't know. Bas reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked
Statuette.
figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor near its feet. So there is both
Okay.
a statuette, which is a little statue.
It's
listeners.
that's the thing that got
And
me,
a
because I can
corpse.
only see one person-sized figure, which because I think of
Well,
a statue
statuette
as-
is not person size.
That's what I'm saying, but it was statue versus statuette. That's
To
what I'm saying.
clarify, this
Could you clarify?
this character or this player who is playing a character whose name is Elevor is looking not at the statuette but
At the
the
corpse.
body.
All right. and you have rolled a 14. I am going to tell you
14.
that this there's a corpse there. It is a not fresh corpse. It is quite old. It looks possibly, you know what? With a 14, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna tell you. You get the sense that possibly this creature died of fire?
Dysentery?
Fire.
Oh, fire. Okay.
Fire. Possibly from inside.
Oh, it's the worst place to have fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good
it's not like
news.
scorched elsewhere here?
Good news. Because most of the fire seems to be inside them, their handsome fur-lined black cloak is in relatively good condition, Elevor.
Wait, a handsome fur-lined cloak?
Yeah.
Yep.
Black with gold thread.
Black with gold thread.
Sharp.
That is- It's a
That
sweet
does sound
cloak.
nice.
I feel like you need a really nice hat to go with that, though.
I got
Preferably
a
a feather.
13 Arcana. I just want to make sure there's not
With
any
a 13
hoodoo-
Arcana, you know
hoodoo
that
voodoo.
cloaks are sweet.
Okay, can someone else roll for an Arcana check? Because I just don't want it to be like a cursed item or
Do
something.
you want
and-
me to? I think I can literally. I think I
Do
always
detect
have,
magic?
I think I always have identify prepared. Yeah,
Ooh.
do you want me to burn a first level spell slot into telling you whether or not this is a cursed
I mean,
cloak?
do we want to do it as a ritual while we look around the room?
Sure, I could do it as a
Oh.
ritual.
Let's do that.
That takes 10 minutes.
And the mace.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
too.
There's a mace?
But not the
Yeah.
statuette.
I wanted to look at the statuette, but we can do that.
There's so
Can we
many
do
things
that?
to
Or,
look at,
or-
people.
or what
Why
you
don't we
could
do
do
that
is
first?
detect,
To look at. Mhm.
detect magic as a ritual. See if anything pops.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd love to, but I don't have detect magic prepared.
Ah.
And you can't cast as a ritual if you
I
don't
think
have
I
it.
do, but I
prepared.
got to see if I can do it as a... Wait,
Ritual
are you
cast?
you're just always able to do it as a ritual, or is it only specific?
If it says
If
it has
you
a
have
little R
ritual
with a book
casting,
next
yeah.
to it, and if you are a ritual caster, which I think some
I think a druid
classes are
is.
by default, some are not, I think.
I think druids cast rituals.
Probably.
Yeah,
most,
I know I've
They
got
most
seem-
some.
spellcasters
Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go. All right, so Elevor...
takes 10 times as long, though, as your normal cast.
Elevor kind of sits down in front of the thing with the bas relief and sort of
The altar.
has some relief himself by leaning up against it next to the corpse, and his legs are kind of dangling over the stairs, if you can imagine. And while he does that, he's sort of mumbling to himself as he casts detect magic basically in this vicinity, while everybody else kind of goes and looks around at other things.
All right. I feel like I should tell you the thing that is the most magical, which is the statuette.
You don't say.
Oh, let's see what detect for the duration. You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
They never tell me what school of magic things are.
Abjuration.
It's University of Valaki.
Like I imagine it's abjuration if it's like a protective holy signet
Little
Yeah.
thing.
Barovia State.
I'm going to tell you, you get a sense that the statuette is magic. The mace that this poor dead person seemed to use in life is magic. And I think those are the main magic things. The cloak is just awesome.
Yes! Just
Detect,
an awesome
you didn't cast
cloak.
Detect Awesome, Tony.
It's subjective.
Elevor is able to do that with his
I'm
eyes.
pretty sure Elevor knows. Yeah.
And Elevor, so detect magic becomes like a heads up display that follows you around for the duration. So as we like keep exploring and stuff, you'll just be able to see what is or isn't magic.
Hey, you want to
until it
come and look
wears
at these
off.
full-size statues? Girls are just still like over here kind of poking.
So, Tony, as long as we're doing that, during the point at which I guess Elevor is doing Detect Magic slightly
Do you want
thereafter.
to know what this chapel used to be used for, Dan?
No. I was going to use Identify as a ritual.
Okay.
So I will cast that, and now I'm checking to see if that has, how many, do I need to do that once per?
Did Samus just bite something? I don't know what's going on.
Earlier.
Oh, earlier. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Time
You
goes this
choose
way.
one object you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn when any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. That's the relevant portion. And since I can cast that, spend 10 minutes casting that as a ritual, I should be able to do it without burning a spell slot.
Okay. What do you want to touch?
I'm going to start with the mace.
All right. You touch the mace and use your identify to identify it, as you do. This mace is a magical mace. It is a magical item known as a Mace of Terror.
That's a real cheesy name.
Tell me more?
All right, hold on. Let me just
Tell
pull
me
up
more, tell me more.
the Mace of Terror is a magic weapon. It has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action and expend 1 charge to release a wave of terror. Each creature of your choice in a 30-foot radius extending from you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for a minute. Standard, while it's frightened, it has to move away from you, can't move close to you willingly, can't take reactions, can only use dash, and so on. The end of its turn, it can repeat the
I
thing.
think we should give that to
The mace-
Vasilka. Just
Yeah,
regains-
it's like literally giving her a can of mace
Yeah.
that she can use
Well, quick
if
question.
someone tries to bother her.
It
Quick
regains
question before
1d3
that.
expended daily charges at dawn.
Does it have any bonuses, or it's just this? It has a feature.
I think it's just a feature. It is a mace. It does 1d6 damage, bludgeoning, item rarity, rare, weighs 4
Got it.
pounds.
Okay. I was debating whether or not I would take a mace because I still don't have a magical weapon, but it's fine.
you
I
still
don't really-
wouldn't.
So, although
Well,
technically sometimes they cast as magic
or does it?
weapons
Yeah.
even if they don't have
This
bonuses.
counts as a magic
Oh
weapon.
well, then
Yeah.
Oh, then you should have it.
then
yeah.
you should absolutely take it.
But I can cast magical spells, so
for
yes.
the purpose of hitting things that are
resist
resistant to
non-magical items.
this. It says this magic weapon.
I have both the battle axe that I still have not returned to Broldish and a longsword. Would either of those...
I don't believe I am capable.
Yeah,
Okay.
clerics have a kind of strange but very specific set of weapons they can or
Technically, it's
can't
actually
use.
just for me. It's just simple weapons. But
I mean, a mace is pretty simple.
a mace is valid. Yes, a mace I believe is a simple.
It does look heckin' spooky.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's awesome.
I just found that art that was not in the Curse of Strahd book, and I'm like, I'm showing them this.
Holy moly.
Listeners,
That's a
it's got
pretty sweet
kind of a
mace.
look like it's made of. So, it's got your standard mace with, big metal shaft, a little bit of ornamentation on it. And then you've got the part, the business end of the mace. And it's kind of got a thing. I think this is an aesthetic choice, not I think it looks like it's got 2 glowing skulls at the end with blades sticking out. There might be a 3rd skull behind. It doesn't say anything about if those are real skulls or if that's just, shaped to look like skulls. But yeah, it definitely
That's
looks
intense.
like it's from Halloween Town.
It does kind of look like it's glowing from within, though. And
I will
the
tell you,
crucible thing.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it only does that after you touch a crucible. It does kind of
Cool.
match the aesthetic of the dead fellow by the altar. You could imagine this guy.
So
in life.
basically, you need to wear the cloak to really
I
make
was
it.
just
Yeah.
thinking crucible in this huge, very spooky cloak.
I'm
a
gonna
weird
give you
look.
all the sense that though this gentleman may have been very stylish, he did not seem to be kind of evoking your traditional heroic, benevolent aesthetic. Is what I'm saying.
and he did burst into flame from within.
Uh-huh.
So
When touching an altar.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there.
No.
I'm just imagining all of the scholars who used to be kind of rude to Crucible. Like Crucible comes back and is holding this really
Yes.
cool mace and an incredible fur-lined cloak. And it's
Yes.
just like, hello.
I just feel like
Holding
I
the
need
mace up just like to wave with,
Yeah.
but to everybody else, it looks really threatening.
I need like a super sweet hat to go with that though, or a crown or something.
Yeah.
Just to sort of canonize
Players always
that,
want a crown.
Elevor takes sees the mace and sort of looks down at the cloak and looks at the mace and is sort of putting the 2 together in his head, and he shakes his head and hands you the cloak as well. So,
Yes.
Elevor gains inspiration for giving up a cloak.
Yes.
oh yay!
Crucible, now that you're holding the cloak, you figure it's worth 250 gold pieces on the street.
Which
wow.
street? Which street?
Wow.
Yeah, like
Who
a
in
Barovian
Barovia has
street?
250 gold pieces?
Yeah.
I think there is literally one guy.
It's
Oh,
Strahd.
is his face also on all the gold conveniently?
It's true.
Coincidentally.
So, did you mention that there was a book on this altar?
I think I may have mentioned that there was a book behind the altar
Yes.
on the floor.
We're here for the book.
There's
Well,
also
so-
still a statuette.
yeah. While
Yeah.
you guys, how
Yeah.
about this? While
My
you
magic is
investigate the
working,
book, I will do the I'll do identify again, and I'll cast it on the statuette as a ritual. So I'll take 10 minutes to try and identify any details about the statuette while you guys take a look at that
Can
book.
I roll history on this book?
All right. Let's see.
Or I guess I'll inspect the book.
We'll inspect the
first.
book. It is a heavy, kind of leather-bound book. It's got the symbol of Ravenloft on the cover. It's got kind of in diary style a little locking clasp to it. Thick leather, steel hinges and fastening. The pages inside, assuming you pop it open, are very brittle and old, and most of it is written in a very tiny, tight little shorthand. Unfortunately, it looks like a lot of the book is water damage or slash kind of overgrown with mildew, so it's not really legible. But there are several pages that are intact and readable. The book looks like this.
Ooh.
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 To me of Strahd.
Hey, does anybody have mending?
Oh man.
There
Oh,
are
yeah.
several pages just flipping. You do find a couple
I do not.
legible pages flipping through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'll read the
You want to read the?
non-water damaged pages.
All right, I've got
Probably
another.
out loud for maximum
Dramatic
Sure.
reading.
Should we do it? It's long, Jane. You might want to trade off.
Yeah,
but
let's trade off.
here is the. I will tell you, the adventure provides these just as a graphic in the fancy handwriting that is hard to read. The Roll20 version provides it in both graphic and just plain text, which I think is a improved user experience. So here is
Oh, thank God.
the legible pages.
Do we
Jane,
each take
you
a
wanna-
paragraph and just switch
Yeah,
off?
yeah,
Yeah.
Jane, you want to start us off with reading a dramatic reading from this book?
First, she's going to scan it and make sure that it doesn't look like it's a ritual or
It does
something
not
like
look like a ritual.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand.
All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice.
I called for my family, this is Brildish, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both.
From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty, who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine.
I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set.
With words, she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine.
The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood.
I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her, Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever.
It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate.
Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever.
I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light that I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei bought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun.
I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs, that none may disturb me.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Avoid the stairs.
Backstory.
And that is the Tome of Strahd.
Good grief.
Man, I like this was like the flashback episode in
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah.
It's like we see Strahd's backstory.
What an unconventional way to become a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, just by being incredibly angry and killing your brother.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
So we've learned that stakes don't kill him anymore.
But they can immobilize him, which is
Yes, which is good to know.
Yeah, Broldish is starting to like, are these wooden pews that are all around here?
Yeah, they are.
She's sharpening.
Okay, yep.
good. Broldish
just
has like a
take it.
bandolier of stakes now.
Yeah.
I'm using the great axe, the like +2 magic great axe to chop off basically stakes. I wouldn't do that with a stakes axe.
Just hand me that one. Take this one. And I hand her the battle axe +1.
Oh yeah, that's actually specifically made to use against plant material, so
Yes,
it'll cut through like butter.
So, but we know that his brother's sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Can
don't
harm
know
him.
if perhaps you had figured it out until now, but the hilt of the sun sword that you wield, Lena Delina, kind of like glows warmly in your hand with the mention of Sergei.
Just a hilt?
Yeah. Well, and it can talk. So is it like, hey, that's me?
Yeah, basically. I think does it talk or does it just express emotions? I forget.
No,
I think
it talks.
It's been talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that Lena turns around and is like, "We have to find that sword."
The sword rolls its eyes. Yeah. So specifically, it is not exactly the sword, because the sword was broken into pieces. It has a hilt
But it's
and
the
presumably
hilt.
somewhere a blade. You have the hilt that now, has a sun sword, a sun blade that emerges from it. So the blade of the sword is lost to time, but this is
Wait.
Sergei's weapon.
So then will we have to, in theory, are we going to have to find all of the pieces in order
No,
to
you're
make
good.
it a tool to
No,
destroy?
we're good.
Okay.
You're good.
We're good. It's got better.
I'm
It got
writing-
upgraded.
The hilt is the heart
Yeah.
of the sword.
Yeah, like he broke the sword, but he just
Yeah.
made the sword angry.
Yeah,
Got it.
basically. I think there's probably the adventure. I don't think says this. It sure seems like there was probably the implication that Strahd tried to destroy the sword and scatter the pieces, and he basically, managed to infuse
Instead,
the hilt.
it kind of made 3 different options. Someone
Well,
could take
I
the
think
other
it
parts of
infused
and
the
make-
hilt with kind of like, all right, we got a score to settle.
Yeah.
You and me, Strahd. I'm coming for you. I just
So-
need someone to find me.
we know that he killed Sergei, and we know that the place where he resides is with the one whose blood sealed his doom, a brother of light snuffed out too soon. So wherever Sergei is entombed is where we'll
Yeah.
find Strahd.
I have added to my character
So
sheet
let's not go
wooden
there
stakes. Many. And I'm
Many.
also, Brildish is literally handing it like 2 or 3 wooden
Yeah.
stakes to everybody in the party,
Yeah.
including Argal and Vasilka. And
Samus is holding one in her mouth.
yeah, probably not. Maybe Androdite would like a nice
Yeah.
stick.
Lena's little like ash
Wrong kind of
dragon
stick.
Yeah.
has one.
Argal unfurls his his robes and is like, I have come prepared, friends. And he has like 2 cross bandoliers of stakes. Yeah, he's Barovian, born and raised. So,
Can I trade a couple of those like nice ones for some
honestly,
of these
the ones
crappy
you just made may be just as good.
Just keep in mind that in Barovia, stakes are never rare.
Oh, wow. Now I really don't want to go there. So sad.
You put some extra ketchup on it. It's fine.
Barovia is the worst.
I've never done that, but I know it makes people mad.
Tony, while the party has been doing their dramatic reading of the book, I was casting Identify on that statuette. Can you tell me if I learned anything from that?
Yeah. Hold on. So the statue, which was very magical looking. So Dan, I guess you first off, I gotta check this. Last person who touched that got burned to death from the inside out. What's your alignment?
My alignment is lawful neutral.
Huh. You sure about that?
Oh God.
Last I checked, that's what it was. I don't know. How good do you think Crucible is?
Did you touch it?
I had to for the spell.
Yep. This is a magical item. It is a wondrous item known as the Icon of Ravenloft. You know that it is a legendary, wondrous item that requires attunement by a creature of good alignment. It is a 12-inch tall statuette made of the purest silver. It depicts a cleric kneeling in supplication. And while
I am a cleric.
Yeah. And you know that while somebody is holding it, they get various powerful magical abilities. So I should just read these. You know these, right? Based on the thing that you've just done. You get the full brochure.
The full download.
While within 30 feet of the icon, a creature is under the effect of a protection from good and evil spell against fiends and undead. Only a creature attuned to the icon can use its other properties, which include augury. You can use as an action to cast the augury spell from the icon with no material components. It can only be done once a day. Bane of the Undead. You can use the icon as a holy symbol when using the Turn Undead or Turn the Unholy feature. If you do so, increase the save DC by 2. And Cure Wounds. While holding the icon, you can take an action to heal one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. Target regains 3d8 plus 3 hit points, unless it is an undead, a construct, or a fiend. Once used, the property cannot be used again until the next dawn. And it looks like this. Little silver cleric.
I like it.
That's a cute
kneeling
little
in
guy.
supplication. Now, Dan, my reading of this is what did you say your alignment was?
Neutral.
Lawful neutral, but like a good kind of lawful neutral.
Good kind of neutral.
My reading
I'm
of
not
this
neutral.
It's a
Neutral.
spectrum.
I'm like a good neutral.
Can I really be defined by an alignment?
Yes, you can. My reading of this is that you do not take 88 radiant damage, but I don't think you can wield it because you're not good.
Oh, thank God. 88?
88.
Or 8d8?
88. 16d10. Radiant damage if you were an evil person who tried to pick this up.
But I'm not evil.
Like Mr. Clokey McTerrormace over there.
Gotcha.
I'm not evil. So
Not yet.
It's true.
You got
if
evil in you.
anything, I'm getting better all the
Do
time.
we have good aligned?
I'm good.
Yay!
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna say,
lawful
of course,
good.
Groldish.
I am as
Imra
well.
is too, reluctantly.
Reluctant,
She's
good.
like,
Reluctant
I
good.
feel like she and Crucible are like right on that spectrum.
That's right.
You know,
on that line.
you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it might make more sense for Imra to carry it because I guess all of us could probably cure wounds at this point. I don't know. Can you?
I'm a rogue.
Yeah.
But you're not good though.
Yeah, no.
We're giving this to Broldish,
I
right?
grew up here. I
Yeah.
grew up here.
She's
Like
just in
it's
the
bad
wound
here.
causing business,
Yeah, and-
not the wound curing
And
business.
I'm not a cleric, so I can't actually turn undead. So that doesn't do me any good. Because I'm just a wannabe
Yeah,
cleric.
that would just be me.
So it allows you to do augury and cure wounds, and I don't think there's any. Like, I feel like
Wait,
the
can you
chances
do
that
turn the
Broldish is going to pull out a statue instead of her axe is really slim.
Can you do turn the unholy?
I don't think so. I've never heard of that before.
It is a paladin thing. It came up just the other day, actually. in an
Well,
adventure.
let me look that up. This is the
But I don't
the
know. It may be
exciting part.
only certain types of subclasses.
I mean,
what are some examples of augury spells? Because I don't really.
Well, there
play
is one
spellcasters,
spell
so-
called
augury.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, which is basically a like give us an answer
Fortune
to
reading,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
which
Who
is not a
answers?
bad thing
Tony?
to
The gods,
to have.
technically.
Yeah.
I'm not even finding
It's
Turn the
Tony.
Unholy.
Yeah. And you can basically ask Tony, like, if let's march
Yeah.
down to fight Strahd right now, will this go good or bad? And then
Excuse
augury,
excuse me, Wheel or Woe.
will this be wheel or woe?
Thank you.
Wait,
And
wheel
Tony
is good?
says, whoa.
Yes.
Yeah, wheel weirdly is like, yeah,
WEAL.
wheel.
Yeah.
Well, we'll like wealth.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bruldish, what's your oath?
My oath, vengeance. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's
vengeance.
vengeance.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, devotion is the one that gives you turn the unholy. So there is
Okay.
there is a subclass of paladin that has a turn power, but it's
So I will tell you, big room for finding magical items and things that you have been looking for. In that both the Tome of Strahd is one of your key things that you'd been looking for in Ravenloft that you've had a prophecy about for
Yeah.
I don't know 2 years. The icon of Ravenloft is a powerful magic item in this campaign that you didn't necessarily have to find, but you did find.
Yeah.
The Mace of Terror, sweet, and that cape, pretty awesome. As always, the real treasure is friendship. You may also wish to think about where do you go next from the chapel now that you are back on the first floor. There is, of course, there's a alcove to the south that you have not explored. It's got statues in it. And a large set of double doors to the west that you could probably conclude would eventually take you back to the main hallway. The downside of the main hallway is that the main hallway was filled with gargoyles that were not attack you when you were brought to brunch, but I believe that your presence in the castle is not exactly by invitation anymore. I know you've told people it is.
It was
But I don't
pretty
think
clearly
anyone-
rescinded.
I don't think anyone told the gargoyles that. So I'm just, that room is potentially a dangerous room if you're the kind of people who care about danger.
This was also the last floor where we saw the incredibly spooky elf guy who made us hear screaming whenever
Oh, yeah.
he came near us.
Everybody's
yeah.
Rahadin. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, all things being equal, I think that Lena would just as well not spend time on the first floor. Like a couple of up, a couple of down. That feels more comfortable
this-
than
Yeah,
just
agreed.
like
We also, the last thing kind of on our list is the wine cellar, which we know is below us.
yes, but
And
one
the,
floor below us,
right.
not two.
Skull.
Also
Oh, yeah,
down
skull.
somewhere, we
Yeah,
think.
so I think we can check out the rest of this chapel and then maybe see if we can either gotta go up to get down, I guess, or
You've got
unless
I
there's
mean,
some other-
Lena could peek through the doors that go toward the gargoyle chamber because, like, I feel like Bruldish would sort of have her geographical stone sense in place to know that we are not right next to the foyer.
Right. Yeah, there's at least one room in between. And hey, maybe there'll be some handy stairs down,
It's
like
probably an
every other
obnoxiously
room.
ornate hallway or something.
yeah,
I
Crucible.
encourage you to look at things with your
Yeah,
eyes.
I feel like this is the only room we've been in that didn't have an obvious stairway going down.
It's true.
Crucible is going to also pop down and just check that alcove and see if there's
Yes, Bruldish
something
too.
else
Yep.
going on.
All right.
More
The
statues.
alcove is almost identical to the alcove to the north in that it's got two means of egress and two oversized statues.
Oh, good.
Beyond
Stairs.
the alcove, you know it, you love it.
Oh boy.
Huge, immense
Yep.
stairway going
Well,
up and down. That's
Right,
right.
There
you
you
want to go
go.
down, so
Both ways.
Okie doke.
This is, I'll tell you, this is there. So there's basically, I think if you did not already know this, you could probably, your characters would infer, Ravenloft has two main spiral staircases that are basically, right now they just run part of the castle, but they become the towers. This is the slightly narrower, taller tower, which has a central column that the stairs go around, versus the big flat tower was the one that doesn't have railings, right? Where it's a spiral staircase with just plummet to your death if you go too far to the right. This is your more claustrophobic spiral staircase with a stone column in the middle. So you see that off of the alcove to the south side of the chapel. Lena, you're going to peek down the hallway?
You know what? I don't think we need to peek down that hallway.
You don't want to reveal more of the map?
Are you sure? Says Broldish.
Okay, Broldish.
Complete the map.
Yeah, I'll be right there,
Complete
too.
The map.
All right. You peek down through the doors that lead directly into the chapel. These look like the main entrance to the door to the chapel on the first floor of Castle Ravenloft. And there is a grand hall that you assume connects to the main lobby where you entered on the other side of Ravenloft. The hall is choked with dust, stretches into the darkness. Webs hang from the arch ceiling like drapes. And there are, I don't know, probably a good dozen life-size statues of knights flanking the hallway on both sides.
What weapons do they have?
I'm going to say lances. Mm-hmm. These are life-size, not like the statues over by Crucible, which are larger than life-size.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we answered that question. Shall we descend?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
All right.
prepare to descend.
Down the stairs we go.
All right. These stairs...
I will go last with Pony.
Wait, first, as he's walking past, Elevor does a little double yank and collects his rope that he used to descend.
Oh, nice. So you head over to the large set of stairs that goes both up and down from the south side of the chapel. The large flagstones of this spiraling staircase descend down into the earth. It's dark, it's cold, there's cobwebs on the stairs, making it difficult to see ahead of you. Heavy beams kind of sag under centuries of supporting the weight of Castle Ravenloft. As you descend the dark stairs deep into the earth, you are surprised that you make it about 10 feet before there's a wall just blocking the staircase.
Just like in the book.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Wait, what book?
The book we just read. He said something about the walls.
Okay, gotcha.
The only book we've got.
He walled off the staircase to make sure nobody would disturb him. Maybe we don't want to go right down there right now.
But is this...
Or maybe we do.
Well...
is this...
I can
Like
make
the
a...
Strahd staircase?
I mean, he
maybe...
literally said he walled it off. Why would he wall it off in one direction and not all of the directions? I mean, maybe the entire basement's walled off. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've been under it. So I guess we could go back down to the sub-basement and then head up.
That's possible. We don't know what level this goes to. I can also
That's
make
true.
a door in it.
Same. I think we must have that same spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Two
mean,
doors, side by
that's
side, double
pretty
doors.
cool.
We don't need to both do it. Yeah. No.
Well, entrance and exit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire
That's
code.
right. Yeah. One going one way, one going the other way.
I'm pretty sure Elevor canonically only uses it to shape things into goats.
Oh, no,
Yeah, but he
that's the other one. That's stone shaped. This is pass
okay.
wall.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
Do we want to? I mean, we don't know if this goes down to the crypt.
It might go
or
to a
down.
lot of places.
Yeah. So, do we want to risk this, or we want to go like retrace our steps a whole bunch to go
Down a different staircase.
Do we know?
Is
We don't
it
know
a
how to get
permanent
to the other
wall?
one.
Is it a permanent door that's created?
Yes.
Ooh. Let me roll perception just to see if there's not some secret like push this
Yes.
panel.
That's
and
probably
then
a
Yeah,
flip.
do
Good
that.
call.
I can
Maybe an
do that, too.
investigation check from somebody too would be good, especially because I only got a 10.
I got a 15 on perception. That helps.
I can do perception. I'm not good at investigation, but
Somebody roll
got a
perception.
19 to perception.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Amra, you are studying this wall. This wall does not match up with the masonry of Castle Ravenloft, so it's clearly like something done later. It's also not
Hired a bad contractor.
Yeah, it's
used,
not
like,
done
balsa.
well. It does not seem to be done with the kind of craftsmanship you would expect. And actually, even as you're looking at it, you see a couple tiny little gaps in the wall that maybe, you know, a rat or something smaller than a rat could fit through. But yeah, you're not impressed with the construction, and it's clearly not part of the castle's original design.
Bro, just
or
don't look
building.
at this. You're not going to be impressed.
Just watching Micah's
a
face
dwarf
as Tony
never
mentioned that like maybe a rat could go through here.
It's
I have no
just
idea what you're talking about, James.
I'm just,
it's a
you know,
good thing that
I
I'm
will
way in the
mention
back.
there are some creatures of the night that are known to shapeshift.
Oh, so bats could like crawl through
Bats,
these little
bats,
cracks
bats.
or something.
Yeah, this
Okay,
may
well,
be
Cracks.
this may be a bat entrance or exit that is not intended for filthy humanoids.
Now, as much as it would be funny to go right to Strutt's bedroom, build a door where he's used to flying in and out as a bat, and then leaving to pillage
Can
other
you leave
stuff from his
a
house.
bucket of paint over it?
Yeah.
I think we should wait, yeah.
A bucket of
I think
steaks.
that maybe we should wait. I'm actually thinking, so right above where we are now, I believe was an area of the floor above us that we hadn't uncovered, and I'm wondering if that's because it doesn't open up on that floor or if there was a secret door that we missed. So maybe if we go back up one floor.
Yeah, let's check the up and see what's
Check
up
the
the
up.
stairs here.
Let me ask you, how do you want to travel up? You want to go up this spiral staircase? So you go back up the
right
10
here.
feet.
Yeah.
You're on the level with Chapel. I'm also going to suggest you, it would probably occur to Crucible, in a castle, the chapel and a crypt are sometimes in proximity to each other. So, and this is the down. So it seems like those stairs might lead you to the crypt.
Is there a big flashing like red sign when we try to enter that area that we're like not leveled high enough?
No, there's
Just checking.
Ravenloft surprisingly light on the signage. So, this all right, we're going to do this. You're going to go up the spiral staircase. Okay, you head up the spiral staircase. You're trudging up the stairs. I will tell you, you're trudging for quite a ways. You wonder if you're passing the floor that you were on before, but that it does not have a connection.
We were expecting that.
All right, hold on.
We are checking the walls as we go by for secret doors that
good
lead
idea.
off of this staircase.
All right, there you see your
And I
tokens
rolled
there.
another crit, so that is 21 perception as I'm going.
You are climbing up the stairs. This does not seem to connect to the second floor. I have taken you back to the map of the second floor where you see yourself on an isolated spiral staircase going up.
Oh.
So do we want to keep going up or do we want to
That's
go
the
back?
question now.
I kind of wish
that is a
Pass
question.
Wall wasn't such an expensive spell, so to speak, because you could just pass wall.
I mean, I could stone shape us a door
Weirdly-
through here pretty easily.
Weirdly, I think we go up because we explored above us. So if there's an entrance the floor above us, we know that there are a lot of different stairways down.
Mhm.
Right.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, I think
So
we
I
keep
think we go
going.
up.
I feel good about that.
Okay, this is a very interesting set of choices that you all are making that are interesting to me.
If
have
you
I
say
mentioned
so.
have I mentioned that things are interesting?
You
did
did mention
I think
that.
you just did, yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm just.
It's just
nothing's
interesting,
on,
folks.
Nothing's
That's
on the
why
right
it's-
level, right layer. So I've taken you up. You continue to climb up the stairs. I'm going to tell you, you're starting to lose a sense of how long you've been climbing. But
Consciousness. Oh.
I am loading you onto another map where you see yourselves climbing up a spiral staircase. The map may be indicating what else is approximately on this level, but you all might not really have a sense of that.
Oh, and there's not a door on this.
There's not a door on this level. Crucible, Brodus, I'm going to allow you to just that.
Do we want to pass wall? There can be a door on this
There can be a
floor.
door on any floor.
I will tell you, you've been, imagine you just climbed up like 4 flights of stairs and you're had to guess where you're putting that pass wall.
We have an archaeologist.
Also,
and
I-
a dwarf.
I
Yeah.
really
This is
feel
like the party that is, and a ranger. Like, this party is extremely well
We're ready for
equipped
this.
to navigate a labyrinthine castle.
I mean, you could just keep going up the stairs. I don't know.
Oliver is having a lot of fun just marching up these stairs.
Yeah, honestly.
I think we should go. I think we should keep going up.
We've got, like, sunk cost fallacy, you guys. We're already
that's
there.
right.
Let's just
We're
keep
bought
on
in.
going.
Might as well.
It's actually like the risen cost fallacy.
All right.
Also cardio.
Calf strength, calf strength.
More of a fun cost.
I'm
fallacy.
riding Pony, and Pony is starting to get really sick of it.
Argyl's really winded.
Crucible
Still
doesn't have to breathe.
interesting
He's
choice,
enjoying the
there,
heck
Tony?
out of it.
It's interesting.
because we're making poor Tony page through all of these different floors of math.
Guess what?
Yep.
You are now like, yeah, I am paging through a lot of things.
Who's
It's
the
okay.
dungeon master now?
Hold on. Oh crap! Hold on. I just skipped one.
We get shot upwards 2 stories
No.
from a cannon.
No wall hacking.
Dang.
Ah, I'm in a wall.
All right. Sorry. You're on map 6, the Spires of Ravenloft. I don't have a separate description. You were just still.
Oh, this was that one where we climbed up to that one place and knew that we could get up there.
Yeah.
That's like the only part of this we've seen. Is there a way out here?
Tony, we got to keep going.
Yep.
Yep.
Come
I'm
on.
so
We
sorry.
can't
Stairs.
add the episode on being part of the way up a staircase.
It's true.
It's true.
Hold on.
I just hope there's not like a dragon or
Holding.
something at the top.
All right, I'm just going to warn you that when we get to the top, though, we're just sliding all the way back down again.
Yeah.
Can you use stone
Oh,
shape
maybe there'll
to
be
just
a
make it a
lever.
slide?
All right.
Absolutely.
Oh no, my bag of ball bearings leaked.
My lunch.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
All right.
You're kidding me.
All right. It keeps going. You have now. This is the equivalent. I think you have basically climbed up.
That hill.
8 or
Yesterday.
9. Imagine. I mean, you started at the first floor of Ravenloft. This is level 7 of Ravenloft, but this is like you just
This is
climbed
the
up the
tall
stairs
tower.
of a 10-story building. You have not seen a door since the first
You know what
floor.
that means? That means something
And-
really exciting is going to be at the
Yes.
top of this tower.
And the top of the tower is still above you. Challengingly, you don't
keep
know,
going?
like, you don't know how much further you are. There's no
It's so
windows.
exciting!
There's no arrow
know.
slits. You have just been marching upstairs in the darkness for probably like 30
I have a
minutes.
torch.
Yeah.
Somebody's
With-
got
with
And
a
I
load.
think
I
at
got
some
lights.
point it's like, so do
Spike
we
sticks or
think
whatever
that this is sorcery, or do we think this is
I think
actually a
it's just
staircase?
I think it's a
Oh, that's a
stupid
good question.
tower.
I mean, from the outside, it was very
you
tall.
do know that Castle Ravenloft has some towers.
That's right.
Um,
And we know how tall it is
Can
too.
we just
Isn't it like
agree
literally
to-
1,000 feet?
Keep it on.
Tony, we could make it easier for you by just agreeing that we don't stop until we get to the top.
Mhm.
Then
Or a
you don't
door.
have to
Or
worry
until
about
we
the
find an
floor.
identifiable
a door.
feature.
Yeah.
Or until one of us, like, based on their knowledge of everything, feels like it is sorcery and decides, wait, we probably need to
Please
stop
scroll
it.
to the right on your map.
We keep
Gotcha.
going.
More
Keep going.
towers. More.
All right.
Tower.
McDonald's.
Tower.
McDonald's.
Oh my
I
God.
thought you were going to go to the basement.
Teeth.
And you didn't.
We did too.
And I just like this where it's like, we want to go to the basement. We got to go up to get down. You have now climbed several hundred feet to the tallest point in
I have
Ravenloft.
closed my move ring and got my 10,000 steps in.
Exactly.
Here.
This says, if the characters climb the stairs to reach the tower peak, read this. It should say, if your characters are foolish enough to climb the tower peak. The spiral staircase finally ends at a 5-foot wide stone walkway that circles the shaft. So that kind of well-shaped thing in the
Is that
middle of
just
that map
open?
there is just open. A 15-foot diameter hole drops into the cold heart of Ravenloft itself. Cold air rushes up out of the shaft, sending a chill through you. Arrow slits line the walls, finally giving you a sense that you are far, far above the castle walls as you look out on the night sky of Ravenloft. The night sky of Barovia. Big Barovia.
Big Barovia.
Also, Little Barovia is down the hill from you.
We've been climbing for so long.
I
but
know.
It's nighttime now.
The aging beams support a steep cone-shaped roof. One beam and part of the roof have fallen away, leaving a gaping hole open to the stormy sky. As you look around, your legs burning with exhaustion,
Not mine. I rode a pony.
Imra
I don't have muscles, really.
Imra notices something lurking among the rafters. A small, spindly man, not much larger than a child, looks down at you with a face painted like a grinning jack-o'-lantern.
What in
And that
heaven's
is where
name?
we will end. I didn't think you were going to go up this tower.
Feather fall away.
Yeah,
I was just thinking
It was
Featherfall all the way down.
There's just
It's either
arrow
that
slips.
or yeah.
But also, I want to meet the jack-o'-lantern man.
Is this strange man living at the top of the highest peak of Ravenloft, friend or foe? Will he help you? Will he mock you for climbing so many stairs for no discernible reason? Hey, remember when you were trying to get to the cellar? For answers to questions and comments such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.